Today, YouTube, the question is, how do you eat an elephant? I will give you the answer before some of you, most of you may have already heard the answer. I just found out today that that's actually the title of a book. I've heard the saying and the answer, but it's an actual book. I haven't read the book. I will look into it to see if it's a good read or not. I'm sure it's definitely interesting. The elephant could be anything in your life, whether it's positive or negative. It doesn't have to be negative. It could be, the elephant could be your job. How are you going to get through the week? Or it could be a good job that is just an elephant. It could be your life. How are you going to plan your life? How are you going to do whatever it is that you want to do in your life? I had a conversation with my wife last night, and I'll get to that in just a moment. The answer to that question, to the question is, how do you eat an elephant? The answer is one bite at a time. Again, I didn't come up with that, but I liked that. Think of it like this. A big old thing in your life that you're trying to do, that you're trying to overcome, that you're trying to whatever, could be the elephant. And you've also probably heard the expression, did you address, or the question, did you address the elephant in the room, the big elephant in the room? Basically what they're saying there is the issue, the concern, the topic, the problem, the whatever. Hopefully the answer is yes, because I've learned in life to address whatever I need to address. It's easy to address the positive things. Do you address the negative things when you should address them? If the answer is no, it's okay. Learn to do it and do it as soon as you can. Last night I was talking to my wife and I asked her, I have just under 2 months of active duty time before I go back to civil service, and I'm super excited and ready for that. I'm ready to get back to that career, my civilian career for the Air Force, and put away the uniform for a while. I also have an update, and I'll get to that in just a moment. Last night I asked my wife, I deal with all of the finances in the house, but I have a document at our house that if something were to happen to me, all she has to do is read it, and she'll have the information there to all of our accounts. I asked her, do you know how much we owe on our property, on our mortgage, on our house? We bought the house 6 months ago tomorrow. The 6th of October is when we bought it, 2017. And the answer to the question that I asked her is, do you know how much we owe? She didn't know. She was close. We owe $22,500. We've paid off a lot of money in the last 6 months, and my intention is to do that. That's the elephant in my life. Not a bad thing, it's a good thing. I'm going to have to pay that money, so why not do it sooner rather than later, get it over with for the rest of my life, never have a mortgage again, and pay interest, and I don't need to do that. Some people say, hey, you get a tax credit. I don't care about the tax credit. I'd rather have a paid off mortgage. And the answer is $22,500. And the reason I'm doing that is because I would take a pay cut. So for me, that's an example of an elephant. I am in lodging right now at Buckley Air Force Base because I don't have a roommate anymore. I am transitioning out. I have a lot of leave that I have to take, so it doesn't make sense to pay a roommate when I'm only there maybe 3 nights a month. So I'm here at lodging where it's cheap. It's 1 night. I won't be here for maybe another 3 weeks, and that's another $60. So it's a lot cheaper to do that. That's another elephant. How can I strategize to do things to make it better for myself? I found a penny here in the room just a moment ago. And I think like this. If I were to add this penny to my mortgage, it will add up. Little by little by little by little adds up. And that's what I've done for 6 months. The other thing is the next chapter of my life, the next chapter in your life. What elephant are you currently dealing with? More importantly, what elephant are you supposed to be dealing with that maybe you're not? And that's the thing. A lot of people, to include myself, it's easy to celebrate the positive things in life, but when something happens, a challenge, some people fear challenge, some people fear change, some people don't want to deal with challenges, but we need to. By doing so, we are going to grow, we are going to become independent to an extent, and the next time something happens, we're going to be able to deal with that as well. I could say the elephant has been my career. because I've seen a lot of change. I came in enlisted, I commissioned, I was an ROTC cadet, and 10 years into my active duty career, the Air Force said, you have to go active duty because you have to leave active duty because we're having a reduction in force. Basically, I was laid off. The elephant was, what do I do now? The answer was I went straight into civil service. It was a perfect fit for me. It was a lot less money, but I was okay with that. The reason is, I also believe it's not how much money you earn, it's what you do with what you earn. Very important. The elephant could be finances. The elephant, like I said, could be your job. It could be your relationship. It could be what you're doing. The elephant could be what your friends are doing, what those people close to you, your family and friends, are doing, and you keeping your eye on them, as opposed to doing what you're supposed to do to get to where you want to go. Definitely deal with whatever it is that you need to. Learn from others, teach others. That's when I make these videos, basically what I do is talk about what I do. And I love to learn, and I love to admit my mistakes and my struggles and my successes as well. But it's one of those things that be good at dealing with whatever it is that you need to deal with. An update for you. I am tired, not in a bad way. I've been on vacation for a week. Last week, I worked 2 days this week. I was on leave for 2 days. I work tomorrow, and next week I go on leave again because I have vacation time that I need to take before I leave active duty. My wife and I are going back to Palm Springs, and it's going by quick. So what's next for me? What's my next elephant? My next elephant, and it's a good one, is going back to civil service, like I said. I'm excited about that. I got a phone call 3 weeks ago about an opportunity to be promoted on the civilian side, maybe in 2019. I can't say what it is because it's not for sure that it's going to happen, but it's a good thing. It's something that I'm looking forward to, and I think as long as I get that interview, I will get the job. They're going to put in a good word for me as well on the civilian side. The other update is I have been applying for Air Force Reserve jobs, part-time. One was active duty, I didn't get it. One was a civilian job at the Air Force Academy, I didn't get it. Another one was in South Carolina, part-time Air Force Reserve, no go. And I interviewed for another job 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. Found out I did not get it. However, my last 3 chances, one of them looks like it may go through with a promotion if it happens either this year or next year on the reserve side. As I continue, of course, and know what the result is, I will share that with you. And the other thing is, if I do retire in a month and a half or so, I will be perfectly fine with that. I will definitely keep you updated. I interact with a lot of people on YouTube every single week, all types of questions. Most of the questions are private. Some of them are at the bottom of the video, and I just answer them. It's a good way for me to interact. I'm here in lodging by myself. I'll work tomorrow. I'll go home. I'll actually take my PT test tomorrow morning at 9. I thought I was done with those. That's an elephant in my life. I always score an excellent, but what do you think happens when I am doing the 1.5 miles? It's a mental thing right up here in the sense that I feel the stress. But you know what? It's not going to be that bad. I always know that, and I succeed. I get over that elephant, and I'm good for a year. Tomorrow morning I'll be doing that. Hopefully I do get the reserve job, because if not, I did an extra PT test for no reason, even though I work out every single week. The elephant in your life, you are going to bring it down if it's a negative thing. How? One bite at a time, or one step at a time, or one day at a time. Now, if you have a big elephant that's a positive thing, get on that elephant and ride it. Hopefully, this has made sense for you and you've enjoyed it. Have a great day. Take care.